Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Today we're talking about Dwyane Wade heading to the Chicago Bulls. I already signed this deal, 2 years, $47 million. And my thoughts on that are, I'm not surprised that Dwyane Wade left, just for the simple fact that they never wanted to pay him. When LeBron came, he had to take a pay cut. He took a larger pay cut than Bosh and LeBron. Then even when LeBron was opting out of his contract, 2014 was ending, he still took less money while Chris Bosh took the max. And LeBron, obviously he didn't come back. So he took a pay cut then. Now this year, the Miami Heat wanted to give him $40 million and he wanted $50 million. They didn't even come in, try to come in halfway until it was too late, and the Bulls gave him the $47 million deal. And to that, my feelings are this. Miami is like a transient town. Like Miami, everybody goes to Miami. Not a lot of people actually live in Miami or grown up, born and raised in Miami. I think Udonis Haslem is one of them. And my boy Dre Baldwin is another one that lives down there. And he's been living down there a while. But for the most part, people just don't stay in Miami. And their sports franchises, besides the Dolphins, they don't have that allure, that prestige. Like, even think about this. Dwyane Wade won 3 titles in Miami. You would think that these guys would want to pay him, just pay the guy, make him, give him the respect that he deserves. He's been there for 13 plus years. He brought them like the very first championship with Shaq. Mind you, he had one of the greatest NBA finals of all time. I know people like thinking about like LeBron James' most recent final, how he let everybody assist. Dwyane Wade, efficiency-wise, he had one of the greatest finals of all time, point blank period. Like, he single-handedly, they were down like 2-1 or whatever the case is. He single-handedly lifted them to like crazy heights. If you don't remember, you need to Google the 2006 finals and look, and you'll see Flash. And when you see Flash, you'll be like, damn. You'll be like, damn. Like that, he was the man. So not only that, he in a way orchestrated LeBron and Bosh coming to Miami, because he told LeBron, I'm not going to Cleveland, and Bosh followed suit. He said, I'm not going to Cleveland either. So he got LeBron to come to Miami and Bosh to come to Miami. And he was being a soldier. He was taking pay cuts. He was dealing with the disrespect. He had to like play second fiddle. He had to figure out a way to play with LeBron, and he did. He's been, honestly, if you're looking at maybe the 3rd or 4th, to me he's the 3rd greatest shooting guard of all time, and you just don't give him any respect, pay the man his money. He's paid his dues. He's been there long enough. The cap has increased. What is an extra $10 million to you? You're going to give it to any one of those players, either Whiteside, Tyler Johnson, any other of those players are going to get the extra $10 million. Pay Wade and pay the man some respect. Because now what that pretty much shows you is that the prestige that was there in Miami, it was just a farce. It was just a farce because LeBron left. Dwyane Wade left. You're looking at 2 guys, even though like LeBron necessarily isn't from Miami, whatever the case is, he won his first 2 championships in Miami. He went to 4 straight finals. He's supposed to be like a huge staple in the Miami franchise. You know, when they go back in the history books, they're going to say, you know, LeBron James had an MVP and he did this in Game 7. He had one of the greatest Game 7s, of, you know, stuff like that. That's all they're going to be reliving. But the guy left and went back to Cleveland. Dwyane Wade, one of the best players, if not, he's the face of the franchise. He has been there for one of the longest tenures. He pretty much has all the records in Miami. But not even that. He put Miami on the map. Wade County, that was him. Big 3 status, that was him. He was like the OG in the whole Big 3 thing. Just repping. Even when Miami wasn't good, you would still want to watch a Miami game just for the simple fact you want to see what Dwyane Wade's going to do. At all times, you wanted to see what Wade was going to do. And for Miami to make a business decision like this and not show any respect for one of their veteran players, the greatest player in their franchise history, period. The greatest player in their franchise history. He stayed with them. He belabored with them. He struggled with them. He hit the deck with them over and over and over. He ever had that commercial where he kept hitting the floor after every play, and for them not to pay him an extra $10 million after he's taking pay cut after pay cut, it's just sad. It's asinine, and it's very horrendous because it just shows that although, you know, I love Pat Riley because, you know, he's former Laker coach or whatever the case may be, it just shows that these guys are ruthless. They have no sentiments. They have no sentimental value for what you do for them. You know, these are the kind of guys that they'll be with a woman for 30 years and divorce her out of the blue and then try to make sure she gets nothing, not even a comforter, not even pictures. They'll try to take the pictures from her. Like, they're that petty. Like, they were that petty where $10 million and the boosted salary cap would actually cause them not to re-sign Dwyane Wade. The guy was pretty much going to retire in Miami, and now this move is treacherous because he's not coming back there. He's not coming back there. You know what I'm saying? You know, LeBron already left. Now, if Wade already left, so that what that shows to other players, potential free agents, and the players being there themselves, that this franchise ain't about nothing because they can't even take care of the best player, the guy that rode with them. Like, if you look at the Lakers, yes, I'm a Laker fan. Yes, the Lakers have their faults. But when it comes to taking care of their players, they took care of Kobe. You know what I'm saying? When the whole thing with Shaq and he left and went to Miami and they still retired Shaq's jersey nice and neat. Had a big ceremony for him. But the thing is, Dwyane Wade is looking like this. Like, look, I've been with you guys 13 plus years. Kobe's been with his team. Me and Kobe are boys, and I pretty much follow his footsteps. He's doing his thing. He stayed in one franchise. He never left. And look, they still gave him the $24 to $25 million a year. It was a crazy contract. Everybody was criticizing it, but he deserved it because he put in that work. Won 5 championships, 3 with Shaq, 2 without him. So he deserves that money. But you're saying that somebody like Dwyane Wade won 3 championships, went to 4 straight NBA finals, won 2 of them after he won the first one. He doesn't deserve the extra $10 million to make him whole at $50 million, $25 a year. He doesn't deserve that, but other players do. That's really funny. Honestly, I know people were recently talking about how they lost all respect for Kevin Durant. I think this is even worse. This is worse than the whole Kevin Durant situation. Because Kevin Durant had a right to go wherever he wanted to. If he went to the Spurs, it would have been chops. If he would have went to the Cavs, it would have been chops. I think the only team he would never go to that wouldn't be chops is like the Miami Heat or maybe the Knicks. Even if he went to the Knicks, they'll be like, oh, Carmelo and Durant, oh, that's crazy, yada, yada, yada. So, but this is worse. You're looking at a guy that pretty much kept the lights on in Miami. Think about this. Miami had Eddie Jones. They've had Lamar Odom. They've had Beasley. They've had all these players that really didn't amount to nothing after Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway. And I love Eddie Jones, don't get me wrong. And I love Lamar Odom, but when they were there, they weren't putting in that work. Antoine Walker, here's another guy. Those guys weren't putting in that work. As soon as Dwyane Wade got there, I know Shaq was a big driving force, but Dwyane Wade gets there, and him and Shaq link up, and they win that ring. Miami was like, how the young kids like to call it, it was lit down there. It was like, people was like, okay, like this is a place, like they're balling here, they got players. But before all that, man, like all we were lamenting was like Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway, which was in the 90s. So not to give this guy some respect is disgusting. It's disgusting. It's treacherous, man. It's treacherous. That's like a knife in the back. It's a knife in the back. Because think about this. He was taking all them pay cuts over and over and over to keep the big three together. And then, you know, even after he took a pay cut, he thought LeBron was going to stay. And you guys don't want to pay him the money now? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But anyway, done talking about Miami. Let's talk about Wade's future. Because I think a lot of people don't understand. Dwyane Wade, last season, he showed me something. He showed us that he's not dead. You know what I'm saying? My boy Dre Baldwin had that campaign, Dwyane Wade is not dead. And really, he showed you he wasn't dead. You can ask the purple shirt man when he was in Charlotte. He had that game winner. Crazy. Dwyane Wade is stepping into, I want to say he's stepping into a great situation. Why do you say that? He's going to be paired up with Jimmy Butler, Rajon Rondo, Robin Lopez, and Taj Gibson. Right then and there, that team is going to be a great defensive team. They're going to be a great defensive team. And with Fred Hoiberg's system, they're going to be moving the ball fast. And that's the best way that Dwyane Wade can play. Fast, open in space. When he has to create one-on-one, it's kind of not a good thing for him because he's kind of slowed down just a little bit. But playing fast breaks, getting steals, layups, cutting, that's his game. That's his game. And I know one of the things that you have to understand with the Bulls, they have all great passers. Rondo's a tremendous passer. Dwyane Wade, great passer. Jimmy Butler, great passer. Taj Gibson, excellent passer. Robin Lopez, another great passer. So putting all those guys together, great passers, guys that can defend, they're going to be a force to reckon with. Like I know a lot of people are sad, and maybe some people might think, oh, like Dwyane Wade is going to for his funeral or whatever the case, but that's not the case. They can compete. They have Portis coming off the bench, McDermott coming off the bench. Only thing Bulls need to do right now is probably secure another big man and get shooters. That's all they need. And they could pick up a Mario Chalmers. They could pick up, even if Amar Bosa, they just need somebody to spread the floor a little bit. But if you have Dwyane Wade and he's healthy, and he showed you he was healthy this year. So imagine next year he's gonna add fuel to the fire because of all this contract talk. Every time they go play Miami or Miami comes to the Chicago arena, they are going to smack them. They're going to smack them. It's going to be like you're going to think it's a playoff game. But I think that Dwyane Wade is in good shape. You think about it, Rondo, Wade, Butler. You got two pit bull defenders. And then you got a pretty solid defender in Wade. He can play good positional defense. They're going to be a pretty good team. They're going to be a pretty good team. And Dwyane Wade, even though he wanted the $50 million, he was $3 million short. He gets the $47 million. He gets to go home. He's from Chicago. He gets, like, you know, like they say, there's no place like home. You can ask LeBron James. You know, even like he lost the championship the year before last. He won this one, so it's even sweeter. But just being in Ohio, his home state, and then being able to go drive 40 minutes or 30 minutes to Cleveland and play, but still live in Akron. I mean, that means something. Dwyane Wade always had his home in Chicago. And you know he's going to keep his home in Miami because it's probably dirt cheap to keep a mansion down there or whatever the case is, because they don't have no state tax or whatever the case is. So I'm telling you right now, the Heat, they're going to regret this because that snub was one of the key reasons Durant didn't go down there, because he pretty much knew about all the turmoil. And in the future, a lot of guys aren't going to want to go back down there. They're going to see what took place with Wade. They're going to see that LeBron didn't stay. It's just like a transient town. Like, you saw that, man. When they were about to lose to the Spurs, all the fans start walking out the building. And I mean, they're just not a sports town. You know what I'm saying? Like, since the Dolphins, they haven't been a sports town. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad. That's sad because they just missed the boat. And I don't think they get it. I don't think they get it. When somebody treats you good, you treat them good. Dwyane Wade did nothing but good things for the franchise, pretty much put the franchise on the map. I'm telling you, man, I used to watch Miami play when they didn't have anybody. It was like Wade, maybe Lamar Odom, just random guys like Stromile, Swift, just crazy. But I used to watch just for Wade. You know what I'm saying? And all the highlights that he's done there, you know what I mean? Just winning championships, banging on people. I mean, you just don't throw that away over $10 million. And I know people think, and it's like, what's sadder is like, it's not even like the cap is tight. This cap isn't tight. You could have paid him his money, but you chose not to. And now look what you're left with. So Wade in Chicago, that's going to be a good move. He has a veteran coach. He has Rondo, who's won a title. He's won a title. Jimmy Butler, who's dying to win a title. So it's a perfect mixture. They got 2 veterans, and then they have all these young guys. You got young talent, and that could do something for his game. That could make Wade go back to being Flash again, which he showed us flashes of last year. So for Dwyane Wade and his camp, you know, congratulations, because you don't deserve to be disrespected. You don't deserve to be disrespected. And for the Heat, in DJ Khaled's voice, congratulations, you played yourself. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Peace.